Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
Boy, am I excited this morning. Dr. Philip Appleton to come back. He is so busy he can't get the time to come to the radio station, but we've got him for the month now of December. We're going to really hustle around here. So, Dr. Appleton, thank you for being with us.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, laser people.
Right, laser people. Why don't we make believe that people have never heard you before?
Okay, we could do that.
And start over. And so I've just met you. Someone introduced me to you. We're on the elevator, and I say, okay, what do you do?
Well, thank you for asking what I do. Most people don't ask me in an elevator what I do. And but what I do, I am a chiropractor for over 35 years plus. And baseball players, football players, hockey players, people, regular people, housewives. But it's really cool because over the years, I learned to always be this way with patients. From the day I started to the day I am now, I care. So over the years, I learned that I started doing acupuncture for many, many years, and now I do laser. And I've been doing laser about 15 years, and there's different type of lasers, of course. We started with one laser years ago, where I only went in like a half an inch. It's a light beam. So.
But wait, I have to stop you. Why does someone want? Are they in pain? What's the problem?
Well, we'll get to, people come to chiropractors because they are in pain. People come to chiropractors because they feel like we're the last resort. People today, though, come to us as a first resort because with all the drugs going on, all the overdosing going on, the surgeries, operations, recovery, chiropractic is pretty simple and easy, but it has its limitations like everything does in life. And we do modality, we do ultrasound, we do physical therapy. Like I said, I do acupuncture. And so I always looking for the next new thing. And the next new thing was laser. And when I started doing it 15 years ago, the laser light beam, which comes out of the machine to the body, was very limited. As the time went on, the lasers got more and more powerful. So now, 15 years later, I have what we call robotic lasers. And robotic lasers is stronger, more deep. It goes in further. It goes 2 to 3 inches in. You don't feel it. You maybe see it, but it won't hurt you. There's no side effects. There's no burns. There's no rashes. And then the other question, people say, well, does my Medicare or my insurance pay for it? And the answer is no. And
it doesn't pay for cruises, and it doesn't pay for pets. Wait, I have to tell you.
We talked about pets.
Yeah, we
did talk about pets.
I see the dollars, the credit cards.
You got to take it out of your
pets.
pocket. You got to take it out of pocket. Medicare and Blue Cross Shield pay for the work today. They don't pay for it.
That's right.
It has to come out of your pocket. But it's not really expensive, Anita. It's really not expensive. Like a session could cost you $120. That's a session. There's a surgical center in Tampa. It's $15,000-$20,000. There's a guy in Boca here who does stem cells. He wants cash $18,000-$20,000, and he tells you nothing's guaranteed. So my therapy is less expensive, not invasive, no side effects, no burns, no rashes. The reason why I'm doing the radio, as you wanted me to do this again and again and again, is that over the summer, a lot of people who heard this in the fall, was it in the fall we did this?
Yes.
We did it in the fall, said, I'd like you to go on the radio again because I like my friends to hear you.
Right.
And I said, well, you can see me on my website.com. You can see that. But no, they want to hear you. I said they can always come in for a free consultation.
But you're a personality, of course.
Because you come into you in my office, you come into the room.
Yeah.
There's a video, 5-minute video that shows you how laser works. And people like it. They love it. I had a woman, there's so many stories that have happened in the past few months.
By the way, we have Dr. Lawrence Lampert. And
Larry, he knows who I am.
Yeah, he's great. I know him very well. He's a wonderful guy.
He did my children years and years and years
ago.
ago.
He is good. Okay, well, go ahead. I'm
Hi,
sorry.
Larry, you're getting older or younger? Hopefully you're getting younger.
Yeah.
Younger. So in the past week, I've had a professional golfer. I've had a professional bowler. And the bowling guy was very interesting. He said he was averaging about 260, 270, which is, I guess, good, for a bowler. And he said, every time I approached the alley to throw the ball. We had to bend with. He said my knee's always popping. So one of his friends recommended him to come to me, and he was in yesterday. He said he threw a 300 on Thursday.
It's a 300 perfect.
And it's perfect.
Oh.
And he said to me, gave me a big hug. He goes, I took your cards and I went to everybody in the bowling alley and I gave them your cards. Then I had another woman from the Bronx. Her son lives down here. And the mother's been she's 80 years old. She's been to every for back surgeries and injections and pills and drugs. Flew the mother down Saturday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I did 3 treatments in a row. I did acupuncture with the laser. I do acupuncture laser at the same time. And on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, they went home. And she called me and she just thanked me. She's the first time she can sleep in months and months and months.
Well, we talk about this casually, and you were mentioning the money, and I have to laugh about that because if you're in pain, let's face it, you're in pain, you can't move, you can't walk, you don't want to eat, you don't want to go anywhere. Some people would pay thousands of dollars to get out of pain. So please, you know how much I care about you, you've been listening a long time, take my advice. I feel like I'm an influencer, that's a whole new term, that I am telling you that Dr. Appleton is he's not only very good at what he does, he's fun. He's relaxing. He's not an uptight person. You want to go there, and I think at this time, though, I want to give you a phone number to call him, make an appointment, and get your pencils out. It's 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710, and you can get on his website, which is appletonchiro.com. APPTON, Chiro, CHIRO, short for chiropractor.com. So I just want everybody to do that because I can't, if I ever have a little pain, if I just twist my little finger, I don't want to go anywhere or do anything. And you're talking about backs and legs and hips and pain.
You had your girlfriend from West Palm Beach or Palm Beach Island drove down to me for like 3-4 treatments,
right. And she had serious problems.
Serious problems. And she
got relief from you.
Yes, very much so. But a lot of people traveled all over to come in. It's really amazing. I had another person. They were on a plane. They were flying back from New York on JetBlue, and they were talking, and they were in pain, and they were in pain. Now they're in pain, and by the time they got off the plane, they got my number and they called. They go, "How'd you find me?" So, a woman on a plane.
Right.
So people talk about it. Right. People talk about when you get together with family. Thanksgiving was like last week, which is hard to believe, right? It's gone already.
Yeah, of course.
Now the new holidays are coming. So when you're with family or friends or family or dinner, what do you talk about? Sports, movies. Great movie out called Knives Out. It's a great mystery whodunit.
Oh, really?
It's a fantastic movie.
How do you? What is it?
Knives Out.
Oh, Knives Out. Wow.
Knives
that sounds...
Out. It's a whodunit.
Yeah.
It's about family and you got to see the movie. It's out now. It's fantastic.
I saw Mr. Rogers. I like that better. That was with Tom Hanks. That was my kind of
my buddy plays the assistant of Tom Hanks in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, Rico. He's a little short guy.
Yeah,
guy.
You're kidding.
Yeah, he's my buddy. Yeah. He was Just Shoot Me, the movie, the TV series years ago.
Yes.
And Marie Callender and all that stuff. Yeah, he was in a lot.
Well, I'm going to go back to something that you said. You are in the area of Palm Air.
Next Palm Air.
Yeah, that's right. And that takes a very wide span. It's across from the aisle. It's easy to get to, so people in Palm Beach County, people in Broward County, and even from Miami-Dade.
People are not afraid to drive for treatment.
No.
When you're in pain, your whole life changes. You can't function, you can't eat. Like we just said, you can't do anything.
No.
You become basically a vegetable in your body because the pain is so bad.
Okay, so when they leave you and you have worked your miracles on them, should they go home and take a hot bath? Should they put ice on it? What should they do?
They could do anything they want to do. If they want to go back to bed rest, they want to do swimming, they want to do exercise. The laser is totally safe, easy, no side effects, no burns. You don't even feel it. You don't even feel it. It's the most amazing thing. It's robotic. So if we're doing a knee, we're not just doing one part of the knee. We're doing the whole knee itself. If we're doing a shoulder, we're not just doing one part of the shoulder. We're doing the whole shoulder. And if I do the acupuncture with the laser, I'm placing the needles in the area of pain and the laser on top of it. I've had such fantastic results. I basically stopped doing testimonials because there's like so many of them. There's so many. I have one where a woman came before me, it's on my phone, and after the treatment, and she's walking with a cane for months and months. I do one treatment, and she threw away the cane. She wanted to do a video, so we did one. I had another one who was a ball player, a tennis player, a volleyball player, a housewife, a construction worker. I do people in car accidents. They're amazed how much better they are without the injections and drugs.
Oh, I'm going to go back to the injections. So I have a friend, and I did tell her about
I'm sure you have many friends.
Yes, but I have a friend who particularly goes and has these injections. And I said, you must be kidding. You have somebody inject you. Why don't you try going to Dr. Appleton? I told her about the laser. But I think sometimes the doctors have a hold on you. And they say, oh, we have to do this, and don't worry, you'll come back in 3 or 4 months. But I believe, and I may be wrong, you're very smart and you're very medically trained. It's got to take a toll, those injections. I don't know what it's doing inside, but I'd much rather have a laser than those injections, wouldn't you?
If the laser, medication has this thing in life. It does. If you have a cardiac problem, you take medication for your blood pressure. If you're a diabetic, you're doing insulin. There's a lot of good things about medicine. There's a lot of good things. But they ruined it, though. Because 10 people a day are dying in America, or maybe more than that, on overdosing, on pills. Every day you see it in our paper with friends and family. We see it all over the place. The amount of drug overdosing in America, it's insane. And how did it all begin? People in pain.
Absolutely true.
People in pain. You go to a dentist, they give you too much medication. You go to a doctor, you have a procedure, they give you too much medication. It just takes 5 days, which is amazing. 5 days to be addicted on drugs. 5 days. 5 days. Okay. As a chiropractor, we don't do that. We don't do any medication at all. If you're on it, you can be on it. We're not telling you get off it. If you're feeling better, you can probably get off it. But isn't it worth it to try to come in for a few treatments? Most treatments are between 3 and 5. That's it. If you really, 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 really chronic, I had this opera singer who fell off the stage. She's 82 years old.
Oh my gosh!
And I'm on like the 30th treatment with her now. We do acupuncture.
Oh.
When she first came in, she was on a wheelchair. Then she went to the walker. Then she went with the cane. Now she holds the cane when she walks, so she's still uncertain.
Fantastic.
She is overwhelmed, because she's scheduled for Holy Cross for a knee replacement in February. So my goal is not for her to have that. That's my goal. Is she better? Oh, absolutely. Does she still complain? Absolutely. But she's happy complaining because the pain and the swelling is down.
I think that, and I'm going to go back to this because I think chiropractors, they had a secret, but they didn't know it. For years, they were not the medical guru. They were the ones you go to for something else. Now it turns out the chiropractors really knew what they were doing. No drugs. Let's get your body in order. Let's move your muscles around, whatever we can do. So you really now should be very proud of that profession.
That's very true. When I started, even my own parents, they said to me, stay in physical therapy school. I'm going to become a chiropractor. Nobody goes to chiropractors, Because back then, the medical profession, as the media, you listen to the media today, you look to the left, look to the right, look to the middle, it's like different worlds, You have to believe what you believe in. And the same thing with your care. Today, people don't want to. It's a whole different world today. They don't want to do a lot of things. Like the millennials, they don't want to go out. They want food delivered. It's a whole different system. They don't go out to Macy's in the mall. They order online. They don't return back to Macy's. They drive to the mailbox and mail it back. Instead of dropping it off at the mall. It's like crazy.
It is.
And chiropractic is very cool. It's probably when you're 18, 20 years old or 22, you make a life decision for what you want to do in life. It's hard. It's hard. How do you pick the right thing in life? Like when you get married, when you're young, how do you hope that you're going to live and be happy together?
You lucked out. She's
fabulous. I lucked out.
I
married an RN, so I'm always taken care of. Yuck. But it's really important with the laser and chiropractic. They go hand in hand. And yes, people do not want to take medication. People do not want it because people in pain are a different person altogether because you're always miserable. You're always miserable. You can't go out. You can't do activities. You can't take a bath. You can't take a shower. You can't dress yourself. You can't cook. You can't clean. There's so many things you can't do. But here's a chance of getting better, cheap and reasonable, if it works for you. I have a very high percentage. There's a percentage, and nothing works for everybody. Okay, because like there's a percentage of people you can't fix everybody. You can't. Just can't do it. Can't keep everybody happy.
But also, I'll add something to that. A lot of it's motivation. A lot of it's the internal spirit of someone. You can take the same person with the same problems, and it's the way that people see you're very positive. You're positive about everything. I am. Some people aren't. And even if you work that laser 24 hours a day, they're just not going to get it. But for the average person, if they'll just relax and go to you, give you a chance, maybe it's going to take 3-4 times and they'll see a difference. Why would they not do this? You tell me. Why?
It's all about the money. It's all about the money. If this was a procedure that was covered by insurance, I think I would have lines out the door. But because you have to take it out of your pocket and pay for something, may work or may not work. But it's the same thing when you go out for dinner. You go out to dinner, you may like it or not like it, right? Your friend tells you, you got to go to this restaurant. It's the best food ever. And you're eating and you go, this is dog food.
No, wait. I want to go back to the dinner. I don't go out a lot because I like to cook my own food. I know what I'm cooking.
You know you're cooking.
Well, and also I'm very careful about salt. But let me just say, you brought up a good point. I've seen the bills that the restaurants are charging. When you talk about having laser at $125 and having
$120, don't raise me.
Excuse me.
No.
All right. Well, I'll give
Maybe
you a
I should
$5
go to
tip.
$125. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
$120, and they can come away without pain or take more treatments, and yet they'll go out to a restaurant and spend $100 easily
on a bottle of wine.
So I mean, that does not make sense to me. Does it to you? That must be very frustrating to you.
We are humans, and I see it all the time. You see things. You watch TV. You watch a movie. You talk to your friends. You go, really? I have a friend who just went on a cruise.
I have to tell you. Wait.
Who do we have?
Marta Alonso from Aventura. She is the marketing, very high position development director there at the V in Aventura. Says, love your radio show, Anita. Well,
nice.
I have to tell you, Marta. In fact, sometimes you do have speakers. You love this. So he's so charismatic, and I know you can see him on
animated.
Okay.
My whole life is animated.
But anyway, Marta is fantastic. I met her, and I'm going to be working with her. She works at this very upscale, beautiful life care community in Aventura.
Wow.
And those people could really use it. But is your stuff movable?
Mobile?
No, you can't quite do that.
The machines are heavy.
Yeah,
it's a robotic.
You don't want to do that.
It's a robot. They're robots.
Yeah.
So I try not to move them too much because it's a computer in the robot that I have to set.
Right, but the one before you did this was movable.
I had portable ones, but they didn't
not as effective.
Penetrate too much,
effective.
And it was only you can only do one spot, one area, and it only goes like in 1/4 of an inch.
Okay. But she deals with, a lot of elder people, and that brings up another point. I know you were going somewhere else with this, but no matter what your age is...
We got derailed, but it's okay.
I know, sorry, but it was
we'll
important.
We'll get back on track. We'll get back on track.
People from Facebook, they're watching you.
That's fine.
But does it make a difference if you're younger or older?
You do a lot of physical things to patients. As patients get older, their bones become more brittle, and you become a little more wary about doing anything to hurt anyone, because you don't want to hurt them more than they are, So with the laser has opened the door for me to treat elderly people. So in a given day, I might have 3 or 4 88-year-olds or 90-year-olds.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing, and they respond so well, because they don't forget, when they get to that age, then they live in the nursing home, and they live in the assisted living. Next to Pompano, we have an assisted living place, and I think I've done every floor with patients because they just overwhelmed with the treatment.
And they see a difference.
They see a difference because they can throw the damn pills away, so they're not constipated. They're not bent over like a pretzel with the pain from the medication they're taking all day long. It's just a whole different gig. When they walk in and they're sad and they walk out and they hug me, it's $120. We're not talking $1 million. We're not talking lifetime. We're a hero, and your life is back on track. Work. It's like going out to dinner for 3-4 nights. You ate it, the food went through your body, you move on. It's a most amazing treatment, but you have to be open-minded that the laser beam, the light beam, what it's doing is increasing blood flow and oxygen internally to the area to give rebirth.
Are you aware the veterinarians use laser now in their vets?
Oh, yeah.
My veterinarian use laser and acupuncture, just like you do. Now, and you have to pay with a credit card or cash. That's it, unless you have insurance, and then you're paying the insurance.
More than I charge.
Yeah,
much
yes,
more
they
than
do.
I charge. I know.
Yes, they do. So
I know.
that's why it does not make sense that you're your own body, and it's like
my vet's out in the West Boca, and I'll wait for the dog. Either the grooming or I kept it overnight, whatever. And Mr. Jones, that's $480. Oh, here you go. Oh, that's $490. Oh, here you go.
I've seen it.
Oh, that's $700 here. The little
that's
procedure. Oh, that's a boom, 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 boom.
I know that.
And when the number one call. Oh, Maddie, I'm sorry. We do the whole thing on the phone. Come in for a free consultation. Check it out. Come see if it was. Look at it. Go online. Look at me. Appleton.com. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. You'll see it. It's a really cool way to get treatment. But you got to be open-minded. You have to go in your pocket and pay for it, and it works like all ages. It's just amazing. I'll do somebody who hurts themselves playing golf or tennis, and 2-3 days they come in, boom, boom, 1 or 2 treatments, boom, boom, boom.
Well, let me ask
Acute
you that.
is the short term is the best. Short term is the best. My biggest problem, the chronics. But most people are chronic because people either delay it, especially men. They delay. And finally, they can't walk or move or turn or twist, and the wife kicks them out and says, "Go get help." Or,
Let's go back to what you just said. I think it's a very good point, and we haven't really ever discussed it, or at least not in its entirety. So if you have one little pain, you twist. The best thing to do is go immediately, right? Because then it hasn't done any other.
There's no swelling. Well, it could be some swelling, could be some inflammation. Hopefully, it's not a tear, because you can get tears as you get older. The muscle, the ligament, or disc, whatever it could be, But people could bring their MRIs to me. I'll look at their MRIs. They can bring their X-rays. I'll evaluate it. If I can't help you, we'll shake hands and say goodbye.
But that's very important, everyone, and we're running out of time. So the best thing to do is, I'm going to give you Dr. Appleton's phone number and website again. If you're in pain, if it just starts, go right away. Don't let it prolong.
I'm open 6 days a week. I'm open 6 days a week.
Amazing.
Even
he
today.
is so
even
dedicated.
Today.
And then he
even
comes
today.
here on Saturday morning.
To spend time with my favorite aunt.
That's right. Name him favorite aunt. But you can go there today, and he's going right there himself. It's 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. And his website is AppletonChiro.com. Don't wait. If you're in pain, you'll enjoy this show a lot better if you're not in pain.
And I'm next to Pompano, off Powerline Atlantic,
Right.
easy to get to, off I-95, the Turnpike, plane, train. They all come to me. Please do. Open 6 days a week.
Okay, well, Doc, we'll see
Thank you,
next
Anita.
week.
Thank you.
We're going
to do
much.
every Saturday for
Yeah.
the month of December.
Yeah, it's a big holiday
Popular
month.
demand. Everybody wanted me back, so I came back.
Well, I want you back.
She
too.
wanted me back. There I
love
am.
having him here.
All right.
Just, it's early in the morning, and I laugh all the time with you.
Oh, you
People
do.
have said
You're
that
the
to me.
best.
You
You're the
laugh
best.
all the time. I
You're
said
the best.
It's fun.
You're the best, Anita.
Okay, we'll be right back. Just stay with us.
Have a good day.